Here's a neuroscience tip that completely changed the way that I live my life, and I hope it does the same for you. It all has to do with dopamine. And dopamine is just a neurotransmitter that is responsible for higher cognitive functioning. So higher cognitive functioning, that just means it's responsible for things like inhibiting thoughts, attention, planning, emotions, pain and pleasure. It's that reward center of the brain, okay? Dopamine is also involved with cognitive processes that are more deliberate and effortful. That just means that these processes require a little more conscious effort. So think about self-discipline, focusing on something, critical thinking. These things don't come easy or automatically, I should say. They require a little bit of conscious effort, right? So why is this important? Well, when we continually trigger that reward center of the brain, which is so common in today's age. You know, we have social media, we have video games, we have TV, we have sugary foods, we have all kinds of stuff, pornography. All of these things trigger that reward center of the brain. And when we continually trigger it, our dopamine levels become depleted. Now, what does that mean? That means that these cognitive processes that require a little more effort, like self-discipline, like focus, like critical thinking, are going to become a lot harder to engage in. That means that we're going to resort to things that are more automatic, that require less effort. So we begin to live on autopilot, right? We begin to live from that conditioned mind a little bit more. We begin to give into our emotions a lot easier, live a little bit more compulsively. It's almost like the urges within begin to control us. We have a lot harder time focusing on things. Maybe our memory isn't as good. So this is why it is so important to become aware of how often you're triggering that reward center of your brain, and to really watch what it is that's triggering that, what it is for you. For me, it's my phone. I have to really become aware of how often I'm using my phone, because if I'm not, I notice that my focus goes down. I notice that I'm not as disciplined, all these different things, and it really begins to impact the way I live my life. So become aware of what it is for you that is triggering that reward center of your brain, and see if you can limit how often you're triggering that reward center.